And those of you that are new, welcome to my platform. I hope you guys have had an awesome day. So thank you for spending your time here with me. If you guys could like that video, I would greatly appreciate it. By the way, my name is Astraea Love, and I am the Psychic Tarot Angel Oracle. I'm going to be doing a reading for you guys today. So before we get into that, we are going to start with a prayer. So we're calling upon the Most High God and the Holy Spirit, Jesus Christ, the Ascended Masters, the angels, the archangels, our guardian angels, our spirit guides, our spiritual team of highest light and resonance, and we're asking that they can be with us now. We're also calling upon the divine realm and asking that they can be with us now for this reading and for every other. And so as we call upon your love and grace, God, please continue to bless and prosper this platform. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you, I love you, I love you. All honor, glory, and worship goes to the Most High, my higher self. So thank you, God, for everything. Amen. And please continue to keep us safe and protected and shielded at any times of trouble. Lead us to the light and help us see what we need to see to move forward in a positive way. And thank you again. Okay, so by watching my videos, you're agreeing to the contract of being in control of yourself, being responsible for yourself, and with any of the information being channeled, please be on your best behavior because the Most High God is watching and the Holy Spirit is listening. By watching my readings, you're agreeing to not attack, bully, or persecute me, anybody in the chat, or anybody in the comments, okay? That will be immediately, I will just block you, okay? So don't do that. It's nobody's job to condemn anybody else, and that's like not what we're here to do. And so, yeah, that needs to not be done. Okay. And if I talk about anything in the realms of health or legal, make sure that you follow up with a professional of that advice, you know, like a health practitioner, a doctor, that type of thing. It's okay to not be okay as long as we're not doing everything on our own and thinking that we're like an island. That is absolutely incorrect. And, you know, sometimes just getting a therapist really does help, you guys. So please think about that if you're struggling. But I will be talking about two things that are going to help you guys spiritually. And again, my readings are timeless. So whenever you get to this reading, there's going to be messages in here for you. I would go through all of the readings on this platform and the other platform. And we are working towards getting to 1,000 subscribers. When we get to 1,000 subscribers, the channel can be monetized and I can receive super chats. And that way you can just send me a $20 super chat with your question and I will answer your question. And so just to let you guys know that I do have a Cash App and PayPal in the description box below. If you have a question, you can send me a $20 donation and I will set the timer and then I will answer your question. Just to let you know, that way I'm making myself available for people that need intuitive insight. So I'm just like fixing this deck as I'm looking at it. This is the Tarot of Oppositions. I really like this deck because the pictures are just like such a good representation of what the card means, but I want them to all be in the upright when I start. And then if something like ends up flipping to be in the reverse, then so be it. But I just prefer things to be looking like we're starting on a good space here, a good starting on a good angle. So yeah, I also get that like things are about to get very interesting for you. And I also feel like a lot of you guys could be healing right now. You could be taking time to yourself. You could be getting ready to go on vacation. You could be spending time with a child or spending time, you know, going within. I love it. I love that energy. It's very good energy. I get that you guys, you know, even if you feel like your energy is low, there's something going on within you that's an awakening. So I suggest that you guys get this book, The Truth of God by Michael Steadman. It's an advanced intuitive living workbook. When people are like, how do you do what you do? This is how I do what I do. I literally use the techniques from this book. And there are other things that I will tell you about, like Esther Hicks. Her platform is really awesome, okay? She's got her own perspective. She channels a group consciousness called Abraham that talks about being in the vortex and positive thought and how you can get, you know, things rolling in a new direction. I really suggest that. I mean, it's knowledge that helps me. And like when I'm not feeling good or happy, that's something that I do go to when things, I'm like, oh, I just can't stand it, because it gives you control. And it's just working with the law of attraction, which is what is the most dominant law. So the techniques in this book are life-changing. The first one I'm going to talk about is the God technique. It raises you out of your ego. And I was feeling trapped in my ego, trapped with having psychic experiences and not having a connection to God growing up. Like I was just scared of everything. So being able to get unstuck, and it's like basically rising above your demons so that you're up here looking out through the eyes of God. When I first started doing the God technique, my consciousness gap from here to looking out through the eyes of source was like huge. The more that I do it, the less that becomes. So it's like working it's like working out, but with your connection to God. That's the best way I can kind of like describe it. Because for me, it just keeps getting stronger. The joy versus anger technique is a technique where you're in communication with your higher self. Everyone's higher self is God. And you're asking yes and no questions so that you can be divinely led. So you're not just making random choices. My life before this technique was chaotic. I would make choices and then regret it and have experiences that I'm so glad I went through those experiences, but I could have avoided a lot of suffering had I known about this technique. Okay. And you don't have to be psychic to do this workbook. Literally. It's like a grade school person could read it. The words are big and they're easy words that's going to help you understand. So the joy versus anger technique in this book, when you have something come up that doesn't feel good, you use the joy versus anger technique and you do the mind technique by questioning the mind and the belief. It says that as the joy versus anger technique was the most important and the useful intuitive application in this book, the mind technique is of the same importance level, but designed to clear the negative mental and emotional baggage beliefs that we are dragging around, which are influencing the reality that we are creating. Cleansing the emotions, releasing concepts, beliefs, emotional and mental baggage that doesn't serve our highest good is where health actually starts. Acknowledging our emotions or feeling is important in the cleansing, releasing process. Acknowledging yes, naming an emotion is not important. Refeeling the emotion is not necessary and can be quite negative. If it is a very powerful negative creative moment, holding on to the emotion is definitely not releasing it, and that's okay. It will continue to show up until it's released. Okay, so this book is going to help you with so many different things. It teaches you how to meditate. It gives you that God technique that you work with your higher self. It's a portal. That book is extremely powerful. The second book I'm going to talk about is the book that I've written. It's called Visago Tarot Card Spreads and Spells. Let's get the likes up, you guys, please, and thank you. And I have different tarot card spreads for each of the major arcana cards. So I'm going to just read some of the... No, I don't want to read that one. What do I want to read? I want to read the Justice card. Okay, so I'm going to read some of the positions for the Justice card. And the major arcana cards are the major transitions that are in the tarot. So the Justice tarot card, number 11, answer yes, zodiac is Libra. The Justice tarot card is the card of personal integrity and fairness. This card urges you to take responsibility for your own actions. Every action that you take will have an effect on your life. Be decisive, move forward. Contracts, agreements, and legal disputes are resolved in your favor. If you have been wronged, justice is assured. If you have wronged others, justice is assured. Position 1, the sword. The card that you pull for this position will show you how you use your tongue to defend yourself. If someone has falsely accused you, that can be shown to you in the card that you pull for this position. Do not use your tongue as a sword and do you use your tongue as a sword and defend those who cannot defend themselves? No matter what your hero trait is, that can be unveiled to the card that you pull for this position. If you pull the Justice card for this position, you will know that it's time to move forward and that sword of justice is on your side. Position 2, the ruler, the authority. This card will reveal to you insight into your own authority. What do you rule over? If there is any confusion or lack of clarity in personal situations, that may show up here. If you are going to be or are being judged by a higher authority, that can come through the card that you pull for this position. If you pull the Lover's card, you will know that a coupled pair is judging you. If you pull the Chariot for this position, then you can know that the law is wishing to judge you for something. Position 3, the scales. The card that you pull for this position will show you how how well you balance your energy. What side of the scales of justice do you reside on? Is if anything is out of balance or unfair, that may shine through the card that is pulled for this position. If you have an outstanding karmic balance, that may show up here as well. If you pull the justice card for this position, you will know that the scales are being balanced in your favor. And then the justice tarot card spells to create justice against those that thought that they got away with it. And the death spells to get rid of things, to bring about appropriate endings and things you don't want anymore. The temperance spells to work with Archangel Michael to create temperance, and you create holy water. There's like, this is such a good book, you guys. You can use the tarot card spreads in this book over and over again. So I'm going to go back to the back of the book, and I'm going to read where I have a compendium of knowledge of what the different cards could mean when they come out next to each other, when you have major arcana cards coming out one after the other. Okay. Chariot, strength, justice. Here we go. The justice card can indicate that the justice system is involved in your reading. If you pull the justice in the reverse, it would indicate that someone or something is doing a major obstruction of justice to you. The justice card in the reverse means that there is some corruption in the justice system. If you pull the death and then the justice card, it could indicate that the death that is occurring is just. If you were to pull the justice card and then pull the last judgment card, it could mean that judgment day is here and now. If you pull the magician card and then the justice card, it could indicate that someone is using magic to create justice in the world. If you pull the magician card after you pull the justice card, it could indicate that your magic is creating justice in your life. If you pull the justice card and then pull the 4 of Cups card, it could indicate that that it is justice for you to get your way. If you pull the justice card in the reverse, it means that there is an obstruction of justice, corruption, violence, broken laws, disrespect, indolence, insolence, biased treatment, inequality, racism, stereotyping, prejudices, and inequality may be occurring. The justice in the reverse indicates injustice, unfairness, and different rules, laws, and regulations. There could be a lawsuit that endures a possible debt collection. Okay, so you guys get the gist of the book. This book is going to help you guys. Please check it out. Visago Tarot Card Spreads and Spells. The link to those books are in the description box below. All right, so now we're going to get into the reading. So that the Visago Tarot Card Spreads and Spells will teach you how to read cards for yourself and for others. The truth of God will develop your connection to God and your intuition so that when you are reading, you can understand what you're seeing. So we're using the Tarot of Oppositions because I feel like your guys' lives are about to get very interesting. There's going to be some type of change, relationship that comes into be, shift in your energy. It could be literally you tapping into your higher self and gaining clarity. I feel like you guys could be getting dreams at this time. You could be getting angel numbers, signs from the universe. I really do feel that. And I feel like also you could be getting confirmation on something that you thought, and maybe you like suspected that somebody was on the bullshit, or you suspected something. You could be getting like double, triple, quadruple confirmation like in the past few days of this person, place, or thing. And you could be feeling like, oh, I'm so thankful that I like walked away when I could. Okay. I'm also getting that like you guys, part of your energetic purpose here is to communicate with the earth, okay? So you guys could be standing next to trees and start picking up on what they're saying. I've had communications with trees, plants, all sorts of things. And yeah. I love nature. Nature is so awesome. It's so beautiful. It is so, so amazing. And when I think of nature, I think about how great God is. I like literally is like for all of this stuff that is created, like so dope, like, and so beautiful and just inspiring. You know, one way to ground your energy very quickly without having to go walk barefoot is developing this technique, okay, where you pick something in nature that you love. For me, my favorite thing is the ocean. That's what brings me the most healing and peace, and I just love its energy. And so I'll think about the ocean when I go to sleep, and I play an ocean waves sound. So I'm like in the ocean at the beach. But it's very calming, and so it grounds me immediately, all of my energy. So when you take something in nature that you love and you start sending the energy of gratitude towards it, the universe, nature itself, Mother Earth, returns that gratitude back to you. Like it's a interlocked relationship, okay? And that connection becomes stronger and stronger and stronger. And the more that you respect nature, the more grounded you will be. Okay, what the hell? Oh my God. What? Okay, it was only 2 cards that fell. Holy crap. The Hangman in the reverse? No. The 9 of Cups. I just put all of these cards in the upright. The 9 of Cups in the reverse. The 8 of Wands in the reverse. Jeez. All right, like I said, it's going to get interesting. Damn. Okay, well, the Hangman. My God. The Hangman in the reverse can mean so many different things when it comes to a failed sacrifice. But it's like, no. Oh my God, hell no. It's literally like a failed sacrifice. Like somebody could have tried to give something up and then they relapsed. That's sad. I also get that the Hangman in the reverse is like being stuck in a position and knowing you can change it, but you don't do anything about it. It's like the energy of being in inaction, like not acting, not moving forward, which I think is kind of weird, but it's a very stagnant ass energy. This is talking about being preoccupied with an internal battle. So let me just ask a question. Is this the collective's energy? For some of you, you could be fighting an internal battle. I'm getting that this is more somebody else's energy that you are holding on to for some reason. I don't know if this could be another person. Yes. Okay, so the inability to make sense of problems due to lack of insight. All right, going within is going to be the answer. Pressure from society and others is overwhelming. Do not rely on logical solutions. They may be unorthodox. Okay, a logical solution may not work. Your effort may be wasted on a project, may represent a favorable legal decision, but probably for somebody else. So this person, they're in trouble. Okay, the 9 of Cups in the reverse, that could represent alcoholism. It could also represent like, I want to say like gluttony, excess, doing things to excess, like eating, drinking. It could also represent like weight gain or weight loss. Yeah, this is definitely this other person's energy. I don't know what they're playing around with the 9 of Cups, but this person, they're getting signs from the universe to stop what they're doing, and they're not going to stop. This person needs to stop drinking and driving. I'm going to tell them that right now. I don't think they're ever going to come across this reading, but I literally think that this person needs to stop drinking and driving. The 9 of Cups in the reverse is not getting your wish granted. It's like being denied some shit. Like, says wishes and hopes go unfulfilled. Problems remain unsolved. You are unhappy and relentless and restless. This person can't rest because they're ridiculous. Okay, this is ridiculous. Okay, difficulty with physical intimacy, lovers drift apart, eating and drinking to excess. That's exactly what I was saying. Possible robbery or theft of possession, someone cheats them out of money. Maybe this person wanted to do that to you. They're not able to do that. They're not able to cheat you out of money. Damn, that's crazy, you guys. How mean is that? Jeez. The 8 of Wands in the reverse is like bad time to make major life changes. This person's being told that they can't move forward. Avoid decisions and commitments. Situations have a way of working themselves out, like justice will work this situation out. Too many factors are pending to conclude a project. Whatever this person was trying to do to you, they're not going to be able to finish it. I can tell you that. Says that you don't realize that you're missing an important piece of the information that could affect your final decision. Do not take action. Wait for the situation to resolve itself. This person is being told not to take any more action towards you. That whether it's pursuing you and dating you, whether it's taking money from you, taking a contract from you, taking a job opportunity, a business idea, I don't know, produced project, a produced fruitful thing. Somebody was trying to sacrifice you. That didn't work. Then they, are doing things to excess here, whether it's eating to excess, drinking to excess, corn to excess. I don't know why I just said corn to excess. So this person, whatever they're digesting, it's a problem. The Eight of Wands in the reverse is not being able to move forward. Like, this person needs to listen to the advice of a wise counsel. I can tell you that. Okay, why are they coming up in the reading, Spirit? Two of Wands. The Two of Wands. Because you are working towards, you know, a goal. You're moving towards a goal. And you have a creative vision. Whatever this new project is, it's expanding. And you're about to reach a whole lot of people. And this lazy ass, good for nothing person. I'm neutral. I'm not judging this person, but they're showing up with the Hangman in the reverse, lazy. Okay, broken, lazy. Somebody that's like, I'm a martyr. No, they're not. What the hell are they even talking about? The Nine of Cups, this person is going to harm themselves if they continue to drink alcohol at this rate. I can tell you that. That's not healthy. And then the fact that they're focusing on you is weird. The Eight of Wands, they need to not make any new life decisions and work out with their higher self what the hell is going on with them. Seven of freaking Swords. Seven of Swords. You've got to be kidding. In the fucking reverse. I'm serious. This is like wild to me. How all those cards just flipped out in the reverse. Like, no. Okay, you're just going to find out what's going to happen to this person. And it's going to be very interesting, but it is also sad. I wouldn't wish this shit on my worst enemy. These people will question their own judgment. Let's just say that. Their confidence is going to be shaken by coming events. Arguments and oppositions to their plan are encountered. Remember when it said they're missing a vital piece of the information? Yeah, it's about you being chosen and you being innocent. Those are the two things that I'm picking up on. It says responsibilities weigh heavy on their mind. A price will be paid for facing up to responsibilities and keeping your word. This person will experience a loss that's unavoidable. I mean, that picture to me looks like hell. The swords like that looks like hell. Not good. And then the Six of Swords in the reverse, that's not good either. Jeez. The Six of Swords in the upright is like about a court case or a lawsuit or something. But it's an unfavorable judgment. Yikes. Six of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, I would try to stay out of any legal disputes at this time. You know, if you have somebody that's wanting to take you to court over something, I don't think they have really real grounds to do that, to be quite honest. But I do feel like they're going to try some stupid shit, and it's going to backfire like everything else that they do. Yeah, they're unable to rise to the occasion when necessary. If this person was trying to put out a body of work that resembles yours, they can't rise to the occasion. It says they thrive under adversity. Good for them. Trouble is invigorating. You get bored when life is too easy. That is not an energy that I would want to be in. Challenges are really just opportunities, quick responses, and fast thinking. Action is needed. Your instincts is good. This person, their action that's needed would be them going in a complete different direction, turning shit around. The Three of Swords in the reverse, you've got to be kidding. These people, dude, like, what the hell? What in the Hades is this crap? Jeez, Three of Swords in the reverse. That's a dangerous ass energy. I would not want to be in that energy. Just be glad that you are not in this energy. Thank God for that. You have been spared. This person was spared for a long time, but they're not being spared right now. This person feels like they're up under judgment and that they're getting in trouble. They also feel like they need to run and hide. And I don't know if there's anywhere that you can hide from God. I'm sorry. It's just not possible. And the thing is, it's just when you do bad shit to other people, bad karma comes to you. And this person is blaming the world for what they're going through. But the world is not the fault. They're the fault of their own shit. Someone protects their feelings instead of telling the truth. This person could not be being honest with themselves, which is also dangerous. One person in the relationship will be tempted to betray the other. Flaws in a relationship are overlooked because of the positive aspects are worth keeping. That's delusional bullshit. No. Okay? Contented and happy with the relationship, you see no need to change anything. Whoever this person is, whatever relationship they're in, no. They need to just back away. That's all I can say. The King of Swords in the freaking reverse, like, you've got to be kidding. That's a very, that the King of Swords in the reverse is like a bad judge. Bad judge. That's dangerous. Dangerous ass energy to be in. Having to deal with that shit is dangerous. I feel like this person could have avoided a lot of things had they just left you alone, but you know, that's too hard. It's like you're so tempting to abuse for some reason to this person. And I wish that they would explain that shit in a court of law. They're going to have to, why they were so tempted to abuse you, because there was no need for that. And it's not like you were like coming to this person to talk to them or anything like that. Yeah, signifies a male over 40, the King of Swords in the reverse, conceals his emotions. And then the Three of Swords was also talking about someone concealing their emotions. Intelligent but dangerous man, cruel and self-centered. He plots against you, sadistic and manipulative, enjoys causing suffering and trouble, looks out only for his own interests. Yeah, just be aware that these people they're fucked. The Two of Cups in the reverse, they've broken some type of spiritual contract. That is like lovers drifting apart type energy. Real sad shit. So maybe these people are going to go through a breakup. I feel like somebody is getting in trouble here. Divorce and separation, end of a love affair, jealousy, misunderstanding, love dies, a lover is unfaithful and the other is unable to forgive and forget. Arguments jeopardize a relationship. The person with whom you are currently in a relationship is not your soulmate. That's what this person's situation is. Jeez. I mean, I also get that it's like the severing of a soul contract. You're over here in the Two of Wands, and all of this other shit has come out. I feel like you guys knowing about this person going through what they're going through, it's not to like, so that you can gloat over it and laugh at them, because I wouldn't wish this shit on my worst enemy. But this person's going through what they wanted for you, and you're getting justice. Justice in the upright. Let's get the likes up, you guys. We got 57 people watching and 16 likes. If you guys could please like the video, tap the notification bell, okay? Please and thank you. I would greatly appreciate that. It helps the platform so much, you guys. Hyping the video. Thank you so much in advance. Thank you for your donations, your support, your love, you guys. Okay, I love you guys so much. But yeah, so this is the thing. You're getting justice, even if it's not, it could be in the legal system, but it doesn't have to be. Like, your justice, I think, is you getting to move forward and continue to like master this project, put it out there, whatever this is that you're sharing with the world. Your justice, what you do for a living, what you're doing as a hobby, whatever this is, it brings justice to others. I feel like that's not something that can just be randomly undone. Yeah, death. Like, this person is experiencing death of their relationship, separation, that whoever this, and I get that whoever was doing this was a female energy. They're getting separated from a King of Swords. I just got, yeah, okay. So this is somebody that's getting broken up with or whatever. But what does that have to do with you? You're over here getting justice. This person wants to, they want to see you go through something that's unnecessary. Queen of Swords, because you protected yourself from them. You didn't allow them to come in and abuse you. This is what I'm saying. Like, you had to like get into like warrior mode and cut this person off because you knew that they were on the dumb shit. This is why I will tell you guys to always listen to your intuition and like literally know that when you get messages from the universe and you get signs and you have dreams and stuff, that it doesn't just mean nothing. Like, all of that, it's nature. It's everything in the universe collaborating to show you what you need to see, that so that you can not only just avoid tragedy, but be led towards your highest and best good, which is going to be wealth, health, success, abundance, freedom, peace, love, joy, compassion, mercy, all of that and more. Like, whatever else that you put in your vortex. And if you know about Esther Hicks, you know what I'm talking about. Jeez. The cards that keep flying out, it's like violent. It's like the cards are like spitting the cards out in a violent way. This is weird. The Sun in the reverse, the Death and the Sun in the reverse. You've got to be kidding me. That is, my God. Oh my God, you guys. The Death and the Sun in the reverse. Jeez. Jesus, please help this person. I don't know. God, please help this person. Like, just do a divine intervention on them. The fucking sun and the reverse and the death. Oh my God. That is like the ending of somebody's freaking world right there. Seriously. That's how they're going to feel when this trauma happens to them. That's exactly how this person is going to feel. Like, my world just ended. Yeah, well, whatever they were doing, cheating on this other person, they probably should have not done any of that. But again, telling this person common sense, they're not going to listen. Immaturity, laziness. What was I saying about them being fucking lazy? Seriously. Lack of ambition, crisis in confidence. They've lost belief in their own abilities. This card signifies a low point. That's like the end of somebody's world. Like the lowest of the low. You know, when they talk about rock bottom, this is like the definition of rock bottom. Possible loss of a job, home, or loved one. Their future is in doubt. Any aspect of their life is at risk. Relationship trouble, broken engagement. Deal with the reality of your situation. Damn. After the freaking Two of Cups in the reverse, it's like divorce and separation, death. Holy crap, this person, you guys. Then the High Priestess in the reverse. Maybe this person went to a High Priestess in the reverse, and this is why this is happening. This is like literally what I'm picking up. This dark-ass practitioner person. You're not going to like the High Priestess in the reverse. I can tell you that right now. Emotional instability, clouded thinking, and recklessness, over-emotional attitude, and impulsive actions will have negative consequences. Staying neutral, not taking sides, not going and engaging in stupid rituals and weird shit because you don't like someone or whatever. Conceited, shallow personality indicates sexual enjoyment without commitment or feeling. This person feels very used, I can tell you that. It's like to beware of a deceitful, unfaithful woman who appeals to a man's animal instincts. She leads men to destruction. Damn. Then the Queen of Wands in the reverse, you guys, you're dealing with an evil witch. I'm serious. The freaking High Priestess in the reverse, the Sun in the reverse, the Queen of Wands in the reverse. That is like a very dark witch. Seriously. And I did feel like it was a feminine energy, whoever this person is. Do we need to know what zodiac sign they are? I get that this person could be an earth sign. It could be an air sign. They could be a fire sign. And they're also trying to hide, because I feel like I already passed the card or something. Did I? Yeah, they don't want to be ridden. They don't want to be read. They could be doing something to try to ride your, like, high vibration. You cut this person off for a reason. This indicates a woman that could be in their 30s, their young 30s, or their late 30s. Cool, frosty demeanor, classically attractive but aloof. Plays games with men's heart. Like, how many times is it going to say fucking betrayer of men? Like, straight up. This person's got problems, you guys. Plays games with men's feelings and heart. This person will be unfaithful. How many times did it say that they're unfaithful and a cheater? Said it in the Two of Cups. It said it in the Queen of Wands in the reverse and somewhere else. Oh my God. Naturally thin and attractive without effort. Self-absorbed and selfish. Not interested in career advancement. Works because she has to. Controlling, manipulative, vindictive, greedy ass bitch. I can tell you that. Greedy ass witch bitch, man. And you cut this person off because you knew that they were a greedy ass destiny's. Like, this picture right here, that reminds me of the Whore of Babylon. Like, that's the vibe I'm getting from this person. They're like on some succubus demonic shit. You're getting justice because this dark high priestess was like, oh yeah, I'll help you, you know, raise your sword against, I'll help you raise your wand against this light worker healer. That was such a bad decision. The Lovers. Okay, this is about a love union that you have. You could have cut somebody off and like been like, I'm not making a bad decision anymore. You could be walking away from a situation or walking towards one. I feel like, you know, you understanding that not everybody is going to be on your side and not everybody is going to like your light, and just be cool with that. be neutral to it. Be like, okay, they don't have to like me, you know? They also don't have to come in and try to bullshit you either. This person's coming in with a lot of problems, okay? You don't need a friend, a partner, whatever the fuck this is. You know, it looks to me like you already have defended and protected a love relationship, and you're defending and protecting your peace, and that's the most important thing. Anybody that's going to be on, you know, this dark bullshit, that all of this reverse energy, I intentionally put the cards all in the upright, but the way they've been flying out in groups like that, that is also a sign that this is more than one person. The High Priestess is somebody, the Queen of Wands is somebody. Oh, goodness, the King of Swords was somebody. So yeah, I also get that, you know, you getting justice is like you being free to love who you want to love, be who you want to be, and just like exist. And there's nothing that these people can do about it. I feel like you have a very jealous Queen of Wands here. 7 of Wands. Yeah, you've had to actually stand up for yourself and defend yourself energetically. This could be you returning the energy when it's not your energy. I would just be like, I call my power and energy back to me, and magic back to me, and anything that, you know, is not mine, I send back to sender. I ask for divine realm to, you know, only allow positive in. And if anything comes in that's not of a positive thing, then it's not allowed to come in. We're not opening a door to that shit. We're not giving any power to it either. No, we're taking that fear back, whatever it is. We're healing that, releasing those beliefs. We're not giving any fucking energy to this. Like, seriously. We're going to talk about it so you can sidestep it, but we're not giving any power to this dark shit. Yeah, the 9 of Wands. You could feel like you have had to become a warrior because this person won't leave you alone. I don't feel like you're damaged goods or broken or any shit like that at all. That's too many cards at once, Spirit. I don't actually feel like that's true. I feel like you've had to learn how to fight. Yes. You've also had to learn, you know, what spiritual warfare is, because this person created a lot of it. But I can guarantee that they're suffering greatly. They're losing somebody that they were in love with, that they were bewitching with witchcraft, okay? 9 of Swords. Yeah, close those portals. 9 of Swords, seriously. The 9 of Swords that's not a good energy. This person could be having migraines. They could be thinking about you a lot. Yeah, the 9 of Swords is like being stuck in bed, like not being able to recover. This person is being haunted as well. Yeah, their priorities are dangerously out of balance, even though things appear to be going well. I don't think they look like they're going well. Scandal, loss of innocence. They enter into a world where people play for keeps. So this person, because they betrayed this other person and cheated on them, they're now entering into a world where it's going to be hard for them to survive. They stay on a self-destructive pattern, even though they know that it's clearly the wrong thing to do, causing their own pain. Ignorant. I also get that they're unable to get out of bed for some reason. Maybe they tried to send some type of attack to you and it's returned to them. And now their relationship is ending. Maybe this person didn't want you entering into a relationship. 5 of Pentacles. This person is about to be homeless. That's sad. It's being casted away, like thrown in the garbage by the universe. And the other people are not going to want to help this person because of what they've done. I feel like when their family finds out that they were cheating, they're going to be upset about that. And they have every right to be upset about it, but I just feel like this person is going to try to sidestep them having to answer for that. They're going to try to get out of it. And just be like, oh, let me throw it on somebody else. Can I sacrifice someone? Let me go back to the High Priestess. I'm telling you, if this person continues to go to this fucking High Priestess, they're going to keep getting bad information, bad advice, and doing bad things that are going to cause ultimate destruction. Like, I'm serious. That's where this is headed. Five of Pentacles, all aspects of their life are open to disaster: physical, emotional, and financial. Worry, stress, and insecurity, possible unemployment, loss of a home. How many times does it say that? Health problems, weight gain, weight loss, financial ruin, support loss from friends and family. They are at the bottom. Like I said, rock bottom. Seek support from religious and spiritual institutions. So yeah, maybe this person, they need to go within and address why they feel the need to pay a dark high priestess. This person doesn't have any money now. That's so sad. They wasted all of their money on magic that was never going to work on you. Three of Cups. Because you're over here celebrating, getting a harvest, getting to, you know, celebrate, be happy. Look at all those grapes and everything, you know. You're popular. People want to be around you. You have good energy. That is what's shifting. I feel like this person was weighing. They were a very heavy person in your energy. You know, they were very, very, very. If you guys could like the video, I would greatly appreciate it. Please and thank you. Please and thank you so much. So you being in the Three of Cups, I feel like even if you had to learn how to fight, that's okay. You know, you stood up for yourself. This person, they don't even have the power to stand up for themselves now. None of them do. They can't. They literally started a war with Archangel Michael in the divine realm. Page of Pentacles. I feel like, you know, you have a legacy to leave the people that come after you. I also feel like this person wanted to strip something from you and your family, and it could be a possible spiritual ability that you have. They were not successful in doing that. And I really feel like, literally, this gift you will pass down to whoever, or the other people in your blood have it, because spiritual abilities are genetic. Four of Swords. This is the end of a battle with somebody that was starting a spiritual war against you. It's like this person's going to be broke and underneath that tree homeless. Wow. I also feel like they don't have any more money to go back to this high priestess, and the high priestess most likely is going to try to reverse the work. Whatever they were doing to silence you, to siphon things from you, to steal from you, to block you, to stop you, that's about to be reversed. This high priestess is to be like, oh, I need to go reverse the work. That's what this person's about to realize, if they haven't already. And when they reverse this work that was being done to you, but for you, okay, it wasn't taking full effect. It wasn't doing what it was supposed to do, what it would have done to anybody that was not living right. You guys are you're different than these other people. That's what I can say. And this person, you know, one reason that they can't get out of bed is because they tried to send this demonic torture to you. And the shit has been like, it's being reversed. Because when this high priestess, how this works is you go to a dark high priestess, you pay them a certain amount of money, then they go get the offerings for the spirits that they work with that does the work. They give the offerings, and if somebody, they set the spells up so that somebody has to keep coming back to them over and over again. And so this is what they do. They will do the spell, and then when the person doesn't come back, and like they'll say, go buy a chicken, go buy a cow, whatever we need to sacrifice to keep the magic going, because again, all this shit is not, it's only temporary. It's not something you can just do a ritual one time. You have to keep doing it. And so the high priestess is making money. When they stop making money, they don't have the offerings to give to the spirits. So the spirits get pissed and they reverse the work. That is literally what happens. And if you were experiencing homelessness, jobless, whatever this is, it's about to be reversed onto this other person, and they're about to experience. And you're going to see who this person is by knowing what they've gone through. But this person was dead ass wrong to try to take something from you in the beginning. Like they were wanting to come in like a friend, and they were a snake the entire time. And everybody that they're betraying is now betraying them. So it just seems fair. The Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, you've always been able to stand on your own 2 feet, being self-sufficient. Like you're not a needy person. Your abilities give you the ability. Your abilities give you the ability. Literally, your gifts give you the ability to stand on your own 2 feet, to not need whatever the hell this person thinks that they need. Like you have yourself and you have family and you have support from a community. I literally am picking up that. A 7 of Cups. Literally. This person, they were, you know, sleeping on you. Let's just say that. They're also very delusional, which is not your fault. You did not cause this person to decide that you were the enemy. Like your light irritated them, but again, this person's like, oh, they have something worth taking that I can't buy. I want to be them. Let me just go have a ritual done. I'll just pay for it. You can't fucking pay for God's blessings. I'm sorry. But it's going to come through virtue, through the law of attraction of doing right by people, or it's not going to come at all. And I feel like this person is experiencing not only not ever getting any of your power and getting any of your ability and getting any of your connection, but they're also experiencing what it feels like to go through what they just put you through, which could be homelessness, jobless, losing a career, whatever. Whatever they were trying to do is happening to them now. And they were stupid. Yeah, King of Pentacles. They possibly made a financial deal with somebody. Then this King of Pentacles was going to invest in whatever this project was to steal from you. And now this King of Pentacles is like, I'm not going to invest. They're taking their investment out. And this person's looking foolish because they weren't able to rise to the occasion. 2 of Pentacles. You could be getting some good news from the courts that's going to end a situation that was troublesome. Could be like, you're finally free to go, sir, ma'am. 3 of Wands. This is what I'm saying. Like, you have a whole new journey to go on. You're a shepherd. You're here to lead other people. And not to give you a big ego, but you do have a bigger purpose, especially when it comes to your family, your children, the next generation. It's going to be your job to teach these people how to use their abilities. And it's also, you know, read the story of Job in the Bible. Okay, so you can understand this person was on some very low vibrational. If you want to call it demonic, you can. If you want to call it devilish shit, you can. Them being in the reverse like this, they were on some really shit, okay? Some really low vibrational crap. And they tried to involve you and you're still prospering. I would be really grateful, you guys. The fact that you're not completely dead and annihilated is a miracle, okay? Because what this person was trying to do was actually take you out and then strip you of something. And they're up under judgment for attempting to do so. The horn of judgment's being called. I also get that this is a judgment that's going to be ruled in your favor. This King of Pentacles is no longer an illusion about you, and they're about to withdraw their investment or whatever this is. And whoever you're dealing with is some type of selfish, entitled bitch of a person. And I'm not being judgmental. It's just that's the energy that's coming off them. Like, they feel entitled. King of Wands. Yeah. This Queen of Wands could be messing with the King of Wands, you know. Hold on 1 second, you guys. Just going to take me 1 second to get rid of this person. Okay, I got rid of that person. Sorry, you guys. Yeah, but you guys are protected. This is what I'm saying. Like, this person was waiting for a day that you would stop praying or like being connected to God. I'm serious. This is the shit that they're thinking. They're like, oh, that maybe I'll send a chaos spell so that they don't pray. Like, what the fuck? You're going to be protected whether you pray or not. Prayer is just a really good way to put up a boundary and communicate with the divine. I feel like you have a closer relationship with the universe than what these people ever could have anticipated. And anybody that's trying to condemn another person is going to be condemned. The Hierophant, look at that. This person's about to be majorly judged. And I don't wish that upon anybody. The Judgment and the Hierophant, that is a religious or, I mean, it looks like a pope, but whatever. That's like a religious or spiritual judge right there. A Hierophant. Like, The Judgment to the Hierophant. That means that this person is about to be judged by a higher authority, okay? It could be a religious whatever, but doesn't have to be. It could, sometimes the Hierophant represents God itself. So, and I don't feel like God judges people, but I feel like what goes around comes around. And the law of attraction, you know, Page of Swords. This person needs to stop watching you, spying on you, stalking you, being obsessed with you. I feel like, you know, whatever they were trying to do to get something of yours, all they can do is spy on you and watch you succeed. Like they literally can't do anything to interfere because they're up under judgment. So their next actions, they need to be very aware. Even this King of Pentacles is up under judgment. All of these people are, by the universe, because they did too much. Welcome everybody coming into the chat. Please like the video, you guys. It would really, really help. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. When we get to 1,000 subscribers, then we can do $20 super chats and you guys can send your question in. But for those of you that still need your question answered, you can send me a $20 Cash App or $20 PayPal, and I will answer. I'll pause the collective reading and answer your question. But I would suggest that you guys do it at the beginning of the reading, okay? So tap the notification bell so you're notified when I go live. I think that this is wild. This whole situation, it's like coming to a conclusion right now. And I feel like you getting this knowledge is going to give you the ability to make a better choice when dealing with people like this. And just, you know, not allowing them to affect you or your energy, knowing that the universe has got you, but still taking that time to meditate, to go within and to make peace with anything that you feel is unpeaceful. I know that sounds like vast, but that's really what it's about. Because this person wants to destroy your peace. They want to take your peace and sanity from you, and they have no right to do that. And I don't feel like this King of Swords is against you. I feel like they're against this Queen of Wands was messing around with a few people. Let's just say that. King of Wands. No. I feel like these people being in the reverse, the way that they are, you are showing up in the upright, and you having to defend yourself is okay. But don't live the rest of your life feeling like you have to defend yourself. Know that God protects you. Four of Cups. Yeah, you're a very grateful person. I don't feel like you guys get bored of your own lives. And I don't feel like you try to mind other people's business. Like, I feel like you guys are very much, you know, how she's in a meditative state going within. I feel like you guys are very much like that. You're also grateful for your lives. This is why you have the Wheel of Fortune. Literally. And this person that was spying on you has the cops to deal with. That's crazy. You have an Ace of Pentacles, which is God-given, like, abundance. And you have the Six of Wands. That's fame, public recognition, honor, praise. Ace of Swords, protection from God. These people can't do anything. They're not going to ever break through that wall of protection. I'm serious. Whatever you're doing to remove curses, continue to do it. Continue to pray. Believe in what you're praying for, that it will come to pass, because it will. And I do feel like, you know, you could be like just saying, whatever this energy is with these people, I release it. I let go of it. It's not your job to judge these people. Let the universe do what the universe is going to do. And you don't have to be, it's kind of like how the fates have showed me multiple times how to look at somebody's life from a detached viewpoint, to where you're not judging it. It's just the way that it is. And I feel like you taking that outlook on this, as sometimes, obviously you did pull this situation into your reality, so there is something within you that needs to be released and healed. But other than that, these people are very opposite to your energy. And so I feel like, you know, you resolving whatever karmic past life thing this is that drew these people in this life, that's where it's at. Releasing whatever that is. It could be an emotion as well. And not thinking that God is judging you because these people were trying to make you broke and homeless and poor and unlovable and ugly and all this stupid shit. These people tried, but they failed. The King of Wands. I thought I put the King of Wands card down. So this King of Wands could be going to jail. Like, I'm serious. They need to mind their own business because they're never going to get through God's protection. You're anointed to do something, do it. Like, literally, if you're the star energy, be the star. It's part of your wheel of fortune. The 10 of Pentacles, you having a home, God wants you to have a home. So what are these people going to do about that? God wants you to have money. What the fuck are these people going to do about that? You're going to remain an abundant person. That was the Queen of Pentacles. Literally, there is nothing that these people can do. So let them try and just stay neutral to it and be like, okay, when you pick up on them playing in your energy, just say, God, show me what I need to do to stay clear myself, or show me what I need to release and let go of and heal so that I can move forward and not attract in this same person. Yeah, the world, because you have the world open to you. This is a brand new experience where you're going to get to bring, maybe you're going to do something that has to do with humanitarianism. You're going to use your star power for the greater good. I feel like this world could be getting a new job, getting a new place to live, moving. It could be relocating. It could be also developing something, social media. It could be content creation. Whatever this is, it's going to keep you very abundant. I feel like, you know, anybody that wants to argue about that is going to have to face this Ace of Swords. Four of Wands in the reverse. These people were not able to complete a goal when it came to you. Whatever this stupid idea was to spy on you and harass you and gang stalk you and be violent towards you, they weren't able to complete this goal. Whatever their mission was, they failed. You're still moving on with the world. These people didn't do anything other than push you to get into alignment so that you could get a new place to live and be asking for more from the universe. I would literally be like, because you guys are good people. That's what's showing up in the cards. I would be asking the universe to, you know, reward you for being a good person and staying out of this trouble that these people tried to cause. And by you doing the right things, and just be, you know, affirm that you get paid to exist, that every day that goes by, God is going to take care of whatever your needs are, because that's what I see is happening. You meditating, going within, having a good harvest, connecting with others, you receiving the downloads, you being able to, just knowing that you can stand on your own 2 feet and that you don't need another person is like a stage of empowerment. So I feel like you guys being in the hermit mode, going within, finding that inner light, you isolating yourself possibly from the world for a while. That's not a permanent thing, you guys. Every card in the tarot deck is a temporary transition. And so you will go through being every single card in the deck throughout your human life at a certain different time. And so we're able to pinpoint what's going on now, but you guys could have isolated yourself from the world. You know, I know COVID really caused a huge isolation for people. It caused people to get out of touch with being able to interact with others. I feel like you guys have healed something that's major. And I also get that, you know, this inner light that you found has leading you out of the darkness and into your destiny. And anybody that is trying to argue with that is going to come up with a lot of opposition, because you're not going to argue with them. Ace of Wands, you're the one that's got the power. This is no power struggle, because you are the one that's on top, that's got the power. What you do, what you speak brings life. You see how that tree is coming to life and this one's not? What you do brings life. What these people do brings death. There is an opposite in that, but I don't think the opposites actually attract. I think that it's some similarity. You know, it could just be a fear of these types of people. I also get that you guys are the magician. You have the ability to master your own energy, to master your own magic, and to literally put that protection up. So if anybody tries you or even thinks that they can go play with you, they're going to have to face, you know, major protection that's been put up. And that's asking for peace, allowing in positive, opening your heart, and allowing God's energy to come and just take over you. Because I literally get that it's all within you. The more that you open to spirit, the more it's going to just take over you and become integrated with every part of your experience. That's when you tap into your inner magic. And then you can just be putting up energy and speaking that I am safe and protected. Always include safety. Okay, because if you just say protection, the universe will give you more needs, more reasons to be protected. But if you say, I am always safe, that means no matter what comes your way, it will not come nigh thy dwelling. It will not touch you. Okay. And affirming that I am untouchable. God has got me. God is hiding me from the enemy. And don't even think that there's an enemy. I don't even want you guys to believe that there is like a dark enemy or a devil thing out there, because I don't pick up that that's what this is. I pick up this as a replay of some stupid shit that went on in another lifetime, and this person was trying to do the same thing again, and they failed. And all it did was push you into your purpose. I mean, it didn't really have any negative effect on your life because you are not the vibration of being a fucking broke, homeless loser. It could have separated you from a job that wasn't for your highest and best good, and now you're going to come into something that's much better, or you're going to invest in yourself. Sometimes you just need to ask, what is it that the world has for me? And being like, I accept, the inheritance from God. Because that's what this is about. This is about you receiving something from God and this person not being able to do anything about that. And they're upset. And they're also getting judged. And it's not by God itself, but it is by the universal laws that they broke, okay? Like you could just say that they're getting a reckoning because what they wanted to conclude against you was trickery, hoodwinking, falsehood, deception, and it was evil. It was going to come in and betray you and take something from you. And it's not even possible for them to take anything like that. But these people have tried this shit on others. I also get that they wanted your fame. They knew something about you becoming famous or being this star, this world-renowned star, and they wanted a piece of that. So they just thought they would steal your star. No big deal. Empress, you're a divine being. And like literally you're sitting in the sun with that big bird of prey. That bird of prey is like, representing a higher power, your higher self, and the ability to see things from a higher perspective. I also get that you're healing generational things that were going on in your bloodline. You could be healing from a lot of genetic curses and stuff that were going on. I feel like this is a lifetime for you guys to use your talents and your abilities and to connect with others, okay? Eight of Cups. Yeah, like this is you going through a new door, and you're not going to be so dissatisfied. I feel like these people, they have to walk away. They have to basically give up and walk away. But I feel like you get to keep going. You get to keep moving. I don't know if somebody likes BLT sandwiches, but I'm tasting that. And no, I have not had that. I have not had one of those in a very long time. I don't know if you like BLT sandwiches. Maybe there's something significant about eating things that you had when you were growing up and integrating that safe, like they call it comfort food because it helps you feel safe and calm and stuff like that. Yeah, studying the way that food impacts the body and what it represents. You can ask Alexa or Google or whatever what the spiritual meaning of every type of vegetable and fruit there is, and it will literally tell you. And so you can start picking things in your diet that are in alignment with the chakra. Like yellow is a solar plexus. If you have a solar plexus issue, you could be eating bananas. You could be eating what else is yellow? Like mangoes, squash, onions, yellow onions, pineapple, okay? And integrating those types of things. I also heard jello. Strength. Yeah, this is a thing. You're a very, very strong person. You've become strong over time, though. It's not like it was something that just happened overnight. This is something that was instilled in you when you were younger. And you've become a very strong person. You're able to, do just about anything when you put your mind to it. This is why I feel like these people, Lemon, thank you. I feel like they greatly underestimated you, and that's kind of their fault. Like, they thought that they knew everything about you. These people only saw something that was like skin deep, and then they tried to act on it, and it backfired on them because they could not have anticipated that they thought that you were going to be this sweet, calming person that's going to just suffer in silence. That's not your energy. You may be compassionate and a loving and a good partner, but you're not going to just sit around and let somebody attack you and bully you. Like, for what reason? People need to literally get a life. Knight of Cups. Yeah, you don't need to be charmed. You don't need anybody coming in offering you a cup. You've already filled your own. You've already filled your own cup with love. I feel like, somebody wants to come in and interject what their opinion is, and their opinion does not matter. I'm sorry, but it doesn't. Not in your life. Three of Pentacles, you have a whole community. Look at that good work that you're doing. You have a whole community that you need to actually be assisting. So I feel like anybody trying to waste your time or trying to pull you off your path, those people are destiny blockers, and they're never going to get what they want. King of Cups, and they could be being given wise advice to just leave you alone, and they still want to keep going. Well, that's going to be to their detriment. Continue to pray, you guys. You've got Archangel Michael protecting you. You know how to balance situations out in a just and fair way. I don't feel like you did anything to really provoke these people other than be yourself. And sometimes you just smiling one day is enough to provoke somebody to do a bunch of insane shit to you, okay? Like, seriously, sometimes it could be the littlest of things that provokes people. And just know that if your light is irritating somebody else's demons, then that is because you have been brought into their reality to help them to awaken and heal. And if they don't look at that, that's not your fault. You're just being the inspiration. And if somebody is so jealous and envious of you, just know that that is stemming from something that you're afraid of within. I get that it's all fear-based crap. These people wanted you to be very afraid of using your abilities, of being a star, of connecting with others. Like, where's all this bullshit fear coming from? What the fuck would you need to fear? If these people were not playing in your energy and playing demonic ass devil games, what would you need protection from? Like, that's what I'm saying. It's these people. That's it. And you already have the protection. The protection is your soul tribe community. Let's get the likes up, you guys, please, and thank you. Wow, really? The Tower. These people are in the Tower. They abuse their power. I don't know what to tell them. They might want to move forward and let it go. I also get that they're in the Tower because Archangel Michael put them there. Okay? Like, seriously. And then, they abuse their power. How long did they think they were going to get away with that for? Four of Pentacles, probably forever. Literally. Your inheritance is your inheritance. This is what you come with, is being blessed and being a star and being chosen. That's part of your destiny. Having an anointing to do something that's greater, that is part of being it's a part of being a part of the greater good. These people are blocked out of your energy. They're restricted. They can't move forward, and they're not going to be happy about the what is going to come next for them. I can guarantee that. So let's get a conclusion for this situation, please, Spirit. The Emperor, yeah, you've mastered something. Like, you're here to lead people, and you're not going to lead people down a path that's going to hurt them. I feel like you could be helping other people find answers, find peace, even put pieces of their soul back together. People look up to you. I feel like you have a lot of wisdom to share. You have a lot of beautiful wisdom to share, and a lot of insight as well. You're also very intelligent. Don't let that shit go to your head or go to be wasted. Like, I literally feel like you should be using your geniusness to do something that you love. Like, that's it. Like, something that you feel very drawn to, that you love, because it's going to bring in a beautiful harvest. Like, seriously, you're going to be able to have a good life and have sanity and have peace and basically have everything that you want. I feel like these people, they're only upset because they're not getting their wishes and granted. Like, there's no genie that's like, oh yeah, let me go reverse what God's written in the book of life for this person and change it. Like, there is no being that can do that. So I feel like, as far as these people trying to cause you suffering, whatever they caused you is something you allowed them to cause you because you had an open door to them. With you closing the door, walking away, and saying fuck no to them, that basically severs their ability to persecute you. Like, when you don't engage with them, when you're just neutral, let these people sacrifice themselves and doom themselves. Because I feel like they're trying to have you judged, and this is why they're being judged. And I don't know if they're ever going to get it, that this is why they're being judged, but they're being judged because they won't shut the fuck up. And they need to. They desperately need to just stop. with the nonsense. We're going to do a couple of angel number cards, but they really need to stop with the fucking nonsense. So when you see these repeating angel number sequences, you're going to know that you are in alignment and ready to receive messages. But yeah, I feel like, you know, you guys are having an awakening. You're going through a masterful change where you're actually overcoming things that you never thought that you could. And you are so blessed by God. There's not any time of your life that you should be feeling anything other than, wow, I'm so grateful. I'm so blessed. I'm so thankful that I am not in a third world country, that I'm not, you know, having to face all of these cultural and other challenges. Be loving and accepting of the challenges that you do have, and be grateful for those, because they're going to teach you to become stronger. And look at it that way, that it's happening for your highest and best good. It's happening for you. Maybe you may feel like it's happening to you, but it's happening for you. Okay. 444, protection. This is what I'm saying. Calling in your protection, affirming that you are safe and protected. So yeah, if you guys have any personal questions, you can send me a $20 Cash App or $20 PayPal, and I'll answer your question. But we are getting ready to close the reading here. So I would do it at the beginning of the reading, okay? But yeah, literally, get ready for the good things. It says change, rebellion, guidance, justice, truth, character, and love. Get ready for the good things you've been hoping for. You were born for a higher calling. I was saying that. Put your energy into going towards your ambitions, and the universe will align itself to provide you with the right people, circumstances, and resources to make things happen. Yes. 0220, act on your own idea. When you get ideas, don't just like allow them to just sit there. Take an action towards them, because these divine ideas are coming to you for a reason, so that you can put this stuff to use and bring it to the public. It says realistic and practical approach, goals, divine timing, ambition, cooperation, and discipline. You have the benefit of good fortune. Like I said, you're blessed. And if you use your wise judgment, you can do anything. In this place, you can reach new heights. You should act on your potential when you see this pattern, since what you plant will grow. You're about to experience a spectacular ascent. You truly are. 111, when I was saying that on the clock for the reading. Yeah, you're about to experience a spectacular ascent. 2002, the void. Longing, technology, ambition, genius, forward thinking, stress, and depression. You have more control over your life than you realize. So that's a lot of zeros and twos right there with those two cards, 0220 and 2002. That's a lot of, the number 0 is about the God force and limitless potential, your higher self. The number 2 is a feminine number, and it's about building and taking steps. So yeah, it's just saying that, you know, it gets better with time. There's plenty, there are plenty of friends to make. So chill out and have fun, open up and go outside. Yeah. Don't just hide like in hermit mode. Okay. Remember that like the background. Oh yeah, it is moving because I have a fan on. So it's moving slightly. But yeah, yeah, don't get stuck inside is what I'm getting. 333 support. I saw 333 today. So just know that you have support coming in. You know, if you feel like you're going through something that's too big, call upon your support and ask for signs from the universe, and just be open to receiving any type of sign or message of how you can heal or what you need to do to release. I will tell you guys to get The Truth of God by Michael Steadman. That is a major stepping stone. It's like having the cheat sheet to creating your reality. And the link to that's in the description box below. But literally, you guys have a lot of support. It says seeing the angel number 333 is a sign that it's time to focus inward, work on your skills, discover your talents, and use your imagination. That was what I was talking about. Unleash your inner artist. Doing so will boost your self-esteem and sense of competence, excuse me. It does wonders for your sense of purpose and contributes to your community. Sometimes when you have that like pain and turmoil and trauma, when you translate that into art, it like leaves you and it goes into the art, and then that art affects other people and inspires them to either heal or to gain a higher like level of consciousness. That's why I feel like, you know, art is a very powerful creation tool. 1551, hold your vision. Manifestation, abundance, money, dreams, vision, and prosperity. Focus on the good and maintain your concentration on the outcomes. Yes, focus on the good. and that you desire. And for everything that you want more of, be grateful for what you have of it. When you show gratitude to the universe and you're thankful and you're like, thank you, angels, thank you, God, thank you, Holy Spirit, thank you, Jesus, thank you, divine realm, thank you, spiritual team of highest light and resonance, thank you, spirit guides. When you show gratitude and appreciation, the universe itself and everything that you show gratitude, it shows gratitude back to you, and that's a lot of positive energy. Yeah, you're in the it's time for you to move into the space like with the God technique where you're rising above it and living above it and staying above it and not dropping back down. As it says, focus on the good and maintain your concentration of the outcomes that you desire. It's time to put your faith and time to put your ideas and pursue your goals with all of your might. You have such a beautiful, courageous, and brave spirit. You guys have literally the brave, courageous soul that you need to get this body of work to the public. Could be art, could be acting, could be anything that you love to do. But you're being told to hold your vision and to not give up. 1111, because your wish is about to come true. Yeah. I love it. Moderation says wish come true. Moderation, patience. That's like the star energy. Flowing self-realization, gateway, and taking action. You're in for a lucky break. It may come as some happy news, experience, new opportunities, or an exciting acquaintance. Yay, you guys. You will find yourself in the right place at the right time. This is why divine, it may not happen when you want it to happen, but it happens when it's meant to happen. And you'll be so much happier with it happening when it's meant to happen. Because literally, it's the gift of divine time. Says it's not a coincidence, but a gift from fate. I love that. That is so beautiful, you guys. That's so beautiful. I really feel like you guys are very divinely protected. Your ideas are very divinely protected. Just stay out of feeling stuck in hermit mode. Even though we're like still kind of in winter, if you can go outside just for a little while, you'll find that it helps your mood. Okay, make sure you're opening the blinds like in the morning and allowing natural sunlight to come into your eyes. And I just feel like, you interacting with a pet, you interacting with a family member, sometimes it'll make you feel better if you eat some comfort food, some things that you ate when you were a child, if it's BLT, if it's tuna sandwich, if it's, what is it? Oh, I love this one. Tomato soup and grilled cheese. Like whatever it is that makes or even macaroni and cheese that makes you feel comfortable. I would go into blessing your food and then making whatever it is that made you feel comfortable as a child and focusing on things that make you feel good, okay? Like things that make you feel comfortable, safe, whole, protected, and prosperous. And, focusing on the fact that we're moving into the year of the fire horse, which is a very, very fast moving, ambitious, diligent, persevering type of energy. And the more that you embrace that, I feel like you guys are just going to be on fire this next year. It's like, well, it's not the next year, it's like this year. It's happening now. 0303, taking chances. Take a chance on yourself and your own ideas. Don't sit around and wait for somebody else to come and invest in you. Invest in yourself, and that by doing that, you'll show other people why, yeah, go horsey go. You'll show other people why you're worth being invested in. You know what I mean? And then people want to get on board. Says success, knowledge, friendship, impatience, freedom, and optimism. Yeah, be patient for the things that you want and know that not all, like sometimes things can manifest at the drop of a dime. And sometimes, depending on how many beliefs we have that counteract what we're trying to create or whatever it is, it could be a trauma, a feeling of like unsafe to have a relationship or to meet new people or go out on dates. I would stay away from anything that is fear-based, okay? And affirm to yourself that if you use your intuition, you are going to be fine. If you listen to the signs of the universe, you're going to be fine. If you're about to go somewhere, meet up with someone or do something and you get horrible knots in your stomach, look at that as your body giving you a guttural response, because the body system is a beautiful system. It will do everything in its power to keep you alive, okay? And that goes beyond just this physical realm. So it says, when chances present themselves, seize them and do something out of the ordinary. Whether in your professional or personal life, you will find success by welcoming creative impulses and having faith in your own abilities. That's what I'm saying. Trust in the downloads that you get. Trust that the universe is not a broken in unintelligent creation. Okay, know that, because the universe is clearly speaking to you through animals, through nature, through weather, through your intuition, through your body's responses. And so all you have to do is listen and then trust what you get. It says trust in chance and take risks on opportunities that could change your life for the better. If you get a new opportunity to move out of state or something, think about that. Okay, like how liberating that would be. If you're wanting to move back home, think about how liberating that would be. But use your intuition. Ask for it to be. I would be getting the truth of God. The link to it's in the description box below, and using the yes and no answering system about where you should go. And I would be pinpointing it down to the direct location. But I get that there may be a job opportunity or a new experience that comes in, that it could even be going on a retreat that's going to give you the time and a new space and the energy of a new space to heal. It could even be a vacation. Look, 444, blessing in disguise. Sometimes when you lose a job, it's so that you can get a better one. And people don't realize that when they stay in positions that they're not meant to be in, that are not healthy for them or for their highest and best good for too long, the universe will do one of two things. It needs you to move in a particular direction. Welcome everybody coming into the chat. It needs you to move in a particular direction. So it'll send in either a new job opportunity to get you to move in that direction, depending on how much in alignment you are and what your beliefs are, or it'll send in somebody to fire you. And that also gets you to move in a different direction. So whether it comes in feeling good or feeling bad, that is up to you. But I get this blessing in disguise as obstacles, hardships, strengths, building character and experience. There might be some difficulties ahead, but you will push through. The 444 and 4444, that is a lot of protection, a lot of stability. This says, you've got this. If you have been struggling or feeling lost, the winds of change will blow in your favor. If you've been suffering or feeling lost, some things may fall apart, but you're building the framework for something much better. Hang in there. Don't give up on yourselves. 222, alignment. Your alignment, you're in alignment for your assignment. Connections, friendships, romantic relationships, family ties, balancing life, choices, compromise, commitment, and trust. How do you move forward towards your life's true calling? Do what makes you happy. That's what I was talking about. Your enthusiasm is what keeps you going. Follow your interest if it's piggied by something. Follow these routes, and then we'll help you discover your life's true purpose. And then the last card we have today is 5555, clarity. Great transportation and transformation, major changes, opportunity, fast-paced forward, progress, process. You aren't a victim of circumstance. Rather, you are the beneficiary of it. That's what I'm saying. It's happening to you, but it's happening for you. If that weren't the case, life would be pretty dull. You will set yourself up for success in the long run if you are willing and able to adapt to this shift. Everything is working out for the best. At long last, you are accomplishing what you set out to do. Everything will work out perfectly in the end. So we have 555 clarity, 222 alignment, 4444 blessing in disguise, 0303 taking chances, 1111 wish come true, 1551 hold your in, 333 support, 2002 the void, 0220 acting on your idea, and 444 protection. So yeah, you guys are in alignment. I feel like when you're seeing those numbers and you're seeing the angel numbers, pay attention to what that means. Research it, look it up, and you'll just take whatever you're doing at that time and whoever you're with, whatever you're thinking about, whatever you're working on, and you'll add that information to what the angel number means. And that will give you your own personal reading. So thank you guys for making it to the ending of this reading. I'm going to talk about the two books that are life-changing that are in the description box below. The first book is The Truth of God by Michael Steadman. It's an advanced intuitive living workbook, and it's got a lot of different techniques in it, but the three that I use every day, look, this one I just opened is Controlling the Mind. I think I'll read that. So some people find it hard to get control of their thoughts. The mind that we gave ourselves as a tool has become master. These are some of the methods, but not all by any means, to slow the mind down so that we can take some or all control back of the mind. Then it can once again be an instrument to use at will instead of being the controlling factor in this creation. Most of these method descriptions are short and yet give you enough information that you can have great success in whichever one you choose. During a meditation, the mind may try to distract you by interjecting thoughts of what you have to do later or should be doing now. Instead of meditating, just catch yourself in the act of being distracted. Don't beat yourself up about it and return to the meditation. After a few times of doing that process, the mind will begin to quiet, realizing that you will continue to take control of the situation. You have to show your mind, like, I am the one that is in the control, right? This is at first a very important step in taking back control of the mind. For those of you that were victims of MK Ultra mind control experimentation, this is what's going to help heal that. Okay. And if you don't know if you are or not, I would be using the joy versus anger technique to ask. But yeah, it says this is at first a very important step in taking back control of the mind. An important concept to grasp is that when the mind quiets, the consciousness expands. Also, pay attention to your breathing. Any of these approaches may take some practicing, getting acquainted with the new state of consciousness, because every time you do that, you're going to raise your consciousness. Meditation, thinking of nothing. Yeah, so this book is awesome. It has feeling meditation, the spiritual bank, what are we choosing, creating boxes, beliefs. So there's a God technique, which raises you out of your ego into looking out through the eyes of your higher self. When I started doing the God technique, my vibration, my consciousness was here, and it was going up to here. It was a huge jump. Since I've been doing it, it gets less and less and less, like the gap in between the consciousness of God and mine. And so the second technique is the joy versus anger, which I talked about, which gives you the ability to ask yes and no questions and have an open communication with your higher self, God, so that you can be being led through life rather than just making choices and hoping that it works out. Okay, there's a lot of things that I've avoided of going through bullshit that I didn't need to go through by using that technique. And I use it every single day. It's more trustworthy than a pendulum and muscle testing. It says, as the joy versus anger technique was the most important and useful intuitive application in this book, the mind technique is of the same importance level, but designed to clear the negative mental and emotional baggage beliefs that we are dragging around, which are influencing the reality that we're creating. So you'll use the God technique to rise above whatever it is and see it from a higher picture and change your consciousness. You'll use the joy versus anger technique to ask where you should be going, what you should be doing, what you should be eating, what's for your highest and best good. And then you'll use the mind technique to gain control of the mind and then get rid of the thoughts and beliefs that are creating the situations that you don't want to go through. Okay, so the next book I'm going to talk about is the one that I've written. It's called Visago Tarot Card Spreads and Spells. And this is a book that has different tarot card spreads for the major arcana cards. So all you need to do to start working with this book is get the original Rider-Waite deck, Riderwaite. And I would go ahead and get the deck that's got the interpretations on the cards. That way you don't have to flip through the cards to get the interpretation. But like for everything that's on this card, this is one of the major arcana cards. I'll probably read the moon. For everything that's on that card, there's a card position for that. And this is going to teach you how to read cards for yourself and for others. And so you have the tarot card spread, which you can do these tarot card spreads over and over and over again. And then you have the tarot card spell, which is something you just do on yourself to help you continue to evolve. And so you can do these spreads and spells as many times as you want for yourself and for others, and you're going to uncover new things each time. This is really like a blessing because I've taken all of the knowledge that's been gifted to me, and the major arcanas are like the major transitions. So I'm just looking for the moon. Gonna read the moon. I don't know if I've ever read the moon before. We're gonna read some of the positions. So yeah, the Wheel of Fortune spell is to obtain good fortune, good luck. The Hermit spell is to find your own inner light. Where are you, moon? The Hangman is to sacrifice things that are no longer serving you. The Justice is to create justice against those that thought that they got away with it. If you have any court cases, that's the one that you want to use. Or any legal battles. The Death is to bring about appropriate endings. It's not about physical death, but it's about bringing endings and much needed change. The Temperance is about working with Archangel Michael to balance things and clear things in your life. The Devil is about overcoming the South Node, any addictions, low vibrational behavior, and getting out of being stuck in the ego. The Tower is about striking down the abuse of power and abuse of authority over your life. The star is about getting your wishes fulfilled. Okay, here we go. The moon. So the moon tarot card, number 18, answer, no, zodiac, Cancer, and Pisces. The moon tarot card tells you that your faith will be tested. It also points to being hard to think clearly, confusion, and being easily distracted, deception, lies, paranoia, lunacy, secret enemies, hidden troubles, misfortune, events. Your family or friends may be in danger. And warning for you and the ones that you love. Pull one card for each position. So position 1 is the waning lunar cycle. The waning lunar cycle is when the moon gets smaller. So in the back of the moon tarot card are 2 towers. The tower that is on the left is the waning lunar cycle tower. This card position can reveal warnings and deliver you information about your hidden enemies. How well you work with others is at play in the card that you pull for this position. How deep is your intuition? Can you catch the warning signs before disaster hits? If you pull the Tower Tarot card for this position, you will know that you and the people around you could be in danger. Another alternative interpretation of the tower is referring to an apartment or a condo townhome building. If you are meant to move, you may receive an indication of that in the card that you pull for this position. This card position can also reveal to you memories that have been denied or repressed. Position 2 is the zodiac lunar cycle. This space shows divinationary information into one's own personal zodiac sign with the influence of the moon, psychic information, hidden truths, wisdom, spiritual insight, personal confirmations, answers to questions, removal of doubts, receiving clarity. The moon represents thoughts, emotions, dreams, sleep, and intuitions which govern your daily actions and decisions. It has a huge impact on how we feel and think about things. How optimistic you are may be revealed in the card that you pull for this position. If you pull the moon tarot card for this position, you will know that you are deeply connected to the lunar cycle. If you pull the moon in the reverse, then you will know that there could be the energy of a lunar eclipse that is at play in relation to the desire of your outcome. And then in the back of the book, there's a compendium of knowledge of what the different cards could mean when they come out together. So I'm going to read the moon, which is going to be back here. Let's see. There it is. Okay, the moon tells you that your personal faith and integrity will be tested by the Most High God or by others. The moon represents the powers of nighttime. The moon can cause lunacy, anxiety, or paranoia. Someone's personal security is at risk. There may be a secret hidden enemy working against you. These enemies are putting your family and friends at risk. Someone is using the moon to manifest. There may be confusion and distractions. Bad luck circles around you and the ones that you love. Someone has been speaking to the moon about backstabbing you. When you pull the moon in the reverse and then the sun card, it indicates that a lunar eclipse is affecting your connection and situation. If you pull the moon in the reverse, it shows that creativity and self-expression are accompanied by dark moods, depression, and erratic behaviors. There may be a lack of clear thinking. Someone is being kicked out of your energy. Their access to you has been denied. The moon in the reverse tells you that you are experiencing a major creative block due to your own divine life purpose and overall destiny. If you pull the moon in the reverse, you could be the victim of destiny swapping or other magic using lunar cycles. Okay, so check this book out, you guys. It's called Basago Tarot Card Spreads and Spells. And check out The Truth of God. Both of these books are going to change your life. The links to them are in the description box below, okay? And all you need to get started to learn how to read your cards and read cards for other people is the original Rider-Waite deck, Ryderwaite. Okay, and go ahead and get the deck that's got the descriptions on the card. It's going to make it so much easier for you guys. So thank you for making it to the ending of this reading, you guys. Please like the video. It really helps. Make sure you're subscribed. We're working towards getting to 1,000 subscribers. So then we can accept $20 super chats, and then I will answer your questions, you guys. And again, remember that there's always the links in the description box below, but I would ask the question at the beginning of the reading. That way it gives us enough time so that these readings don't get too long, okay? I love you guys so much. Thank you for spending your time with me. God bless you. God bless you, and thank you so much. Peace be with you, you guys. Please hype the video, like the video, tap the notification bell, share this content, tell other people about it, okay? I love you so much. Peace be with you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.